Hello and welcome to the Dice by the Sword podcast. We release these podcasts every Wednesday in 2 easy-to-listen-to pieces, so you can keep up to date with all the action and suspense of our campaign wherever you are listening from. Of course, if you want to check us out in real time and see everything unfold as it happens, then you can always head over to our Twitch channel, D20 by the Sword, to see us play every Sunday at 7 p.m. GMT. Now, get comfy, turn up that volume, and settle in for this week's episode of Nyxalia, an Aetherbound saga, here at Dice by the Sword.
Last time on Dice by the Sword. The morning sun crested over the quiet rooftops of Meadowvale, but not all was at peace. The party awoke in the Whispering Tankard to find Yerril gone, leaving behind only a short note promising to reunite with them in Dustport or on the road to. The words were calm, but something about the sudden departure just didn't seem to sit right with everybody. With little time to waste, the group headed out and about town, rushing to different houses, searching for any sign of Yerril, but to come to no avail. It's at that point that Octavius visited the woodworker's shop and was gifted with a finely crafted mask, one imbued with a subtle enchantment to turn even the coldest stares into invitations, a token of appreciation or maybe a hint of things to come. They set off southward towards Dustport, the road winding through the ever-changing heart of the Stormward province. Time passed with stories, silence, and the sound of wagon wheels on old stone paths until the skies darkened with movement. From the clouds they came, Crimson Flock warriors, all Aarakocran, swooping down with cruel precision. Steel clashed and magic flared in a sudden ambush, but just when they thought things couldn't get any worse, they didn't, as Yerril returned, striking from above and turning the tide in their favour. Their sudden reappearance raised more questions than it answered, however, but at least the battle was won. And as the blood settled and feathers drifted into the wind, the group searched the fallen to find what they could. Now, beneath a star-strewn sky, the party reside. The battlefield is still now. The crimson feathers of your enemies lie scattered like blood-stained petals across the road. Smoke rises gently from spent spellwork and the smouldering remains of the fires that were now starting to subside. The air tastes of iron and dust, and the echo of combat shouts, the clash of blades, the flap of wings fades into the low rustling of trees on either side of the path. You all stand, kneel, or sit among the fallen. Some of the Crimson Flock lie broken and motionless. Yerril, feathers ruffled and breathing hard, kneels on the ground. Peanuts, your head in Yerril's lap. Ulrich, you stood next to her. At the end of last session, you all know that for a brief moment, Ulrich disappeared from sight and then reappeared. We're going to pick up tonight's session exactly where we left off last time, in the middle of this wreckage with these bodies all around. Before I come to you guys, the music level's fine, right? We're all happy at home. We can all hear the background music. Because I had a comment last week to say it might be a little low, so I just want to double check. Cool. Over to you guys.
Yerril is going to just be staring off into the distance, not really looking at anything in particular, lost in her own thoughts, unable to speak.
Oh, gone. Say that last bit again.
Unable to speak after what has just happened to her.
Okay, perfect.
Ulrich is stood sort of close to Yerrol, watching the fires dip out, and you can see him kind of clasping at one of his hands a little, and then the other one, and seems to pick up the spear and shield and hold them a little. It's like, well, it was a lot. I think maybe we should find a place to rest, potentially, before we move on. It has been a trying battle for all of us. I know I am in need of a sit down.
I have a question. What just happened?
I don't really know. It was, I think it was something to do the ring, maybe, or I don't. I was in a silvery place, sort of. And then I was back. I don't know. I didn't intend to do it, but I travel between places all the time. You know, I can move between planes with my, abilities. You've seen me do it before.
Yeah, I have. But you feel okay, right?
Apart from the various wounds across my body, I feel perfectly fine. A little tired, hungry, potentially, but just me.
I guess we could go get something to eat. But do you like my really cool scar? Look what happened.
It is
Really cool.
It is a wonderful new addition to your story, Peanut. You went down quite hard, didn't you?
Yeah, that sucked.
Well,
that sucked a lot.
I mean, Korak, Octavius, if any of you have, business elsewhere, but I think we should find a place. You can see Ulrich kind of looking around. He seems quite wide-eyed. He seems happy and jolly, but he's kind of sort of holding things and then swaying in place a little, just kind of looking around. Are you two all right?
I'm doing okay. And he's going to reach into his bag and basically pull out the food that he sorted out first thing. Thinking Ed, wasn't I? I reckon we need to find. We just need to find somewhere a little bit
That's
more.
smart. What did you get?
It was just whatever he could provide. A little bit of the porridge. It might be a bit cold. So if we could set up a fire, maybe something to warm stuff up a little bit, that'd be a good idea.
Well, but definitely not here, I suppose. Yeah. And you can see him looking through the Crimson Flock pendants that all of them had. If a group of people are cool enough to have pendants, I don't think that we should be here for a very long time, should we?
Well,
no,
it's already starting to smell a bit rubbish, so...
Really? Yes.
You would have thought they'd cook better, wouldn't you? Yes. Okay, well, I will go sort out the Maisie and the cart, okay? You all finish what you're doing. And he kind of wanders to the cart, and you watch him sort of awkwardly try and put things on his back and then just launch it into the back of the cart and then move around out of sight towards the horse.
Okay, perfect. Yarrow, can you make me a perception check, please?
Another assassin shows up, man. I would be so mad. I would be pissed.
She's a sleeper agent.
16. I've been activated. 16.
Freight train. Benign.
breakfast porridge fire.
Yes.
Okay, out of the corner of your eye, you see that one of the fallen Aarakocrans that's lying just off to one side, it's the one that you flew up to collide with in the sky, kind of lets out a weak cough as blood flecks from their beak. Their eyes kind of flicker open ever so slightly as they look towards you.
I'm immediately going to scrabble over some bit on my hands and knees and just grab them and get on top of them.
As you do, you grab the kind of chest and almost like push down, and you hear like this wince of pain as more blood goes out and comes down the side of this individual's face as they look up, and all you hear is, "He knows you're alive. He knows you're with them, and you'll bring ruin to them all."
Are they have they gone, or
they are passing as we speak?
I'm going to find the nearest wound I can see and just slowly place my finger inside the wound as I look at them without breaking any eye contact, and just say slowly, just almost in a whisper, just to them, "He will have to come and take me himself. And before it can do anything else, I'm going to snap its neck."
Oh.
I thought you were supposed to be the cleric. This is a deal which I should do. I'm the rogue here.
Those who are in pain and suffer must be put down, Octavius.
Doesn't that apply to animal? Oh, well, he is an animal technically. No offense, but yeah.
The body of this individual just lies lifeless underneath your kind of grip. And strangely, knowing even though you know you broke this individual's neck, you have sent them to the far beyond, you are still gripping hold of their lapels tightly enough that even your knuckles begin to hurt, and your finger, the tendons in the muscles of your fingers begin to throb a little bit as you kind of realize quite how much anger is behind this.
As the anger is going to well up even bigger inside of me, I'm still going to clutch onto this soldier's throat, and very slowly, my hand on the hilt of my mace, I'm going to stand up and let go of the one's throat, almost throwing it to the ground, and I'm going to walk straight to the captain's dead body.
Okay.
Sort of getting up there and just kicking him, see if he's alive, but I imagine not.
Oh.
And the anger is going to well up so much inside of her that she is just going to be trembling as she holds her mace in hand, looking down at him. And without saying anything, she is going to take both hands with the mace, and with all the strength she has, she's going to lift it up and bring the mace straight down onto his face.
Oh. Someone has anger issues.
And she's going to keep doing it until there is no longer a face to see.
You do so.
All right. That's enough. That's enough. Nope.
Octavius, you rush over, and as the third or fourth swing down, you feel Octavius's arm just grab your wrist.
Get off me! You do not know what they put me through. You do not know what I have been through. You do not know how I have suffered. You do not know what this is. This is more than anything. This is my life. Not going to take it from me. I'm going to try and wrestle it.
Octavius.
God damn. Yeah.
I'm going to run up at this point and just stand behind Octavius. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to stand behind him.
Okay. Octavius, what do you want to do?
He would... Very good question.
Sneak attack.
Just letting her speak pretty much, as he rather pulls her closer to him, pretty much face to face, and just with a few words, very closely, I know, and just holds the mace, not saying much more.
I'm gonna look at him, see the anger. If ever steam came out of a person, she was looking at like that right now, just so angry, and you can see how much the anger is building up in her. But she is looking at you. She sees you, and she's just going to sort of roughly let go of the mace and storm off in the other direction, sort of towards the direction of where the cart is, but maybe just go past it straight away and sort of be like stomping around trying to get rid of this sort of the immediate anger so she doesn't attack you.
Well, I almost died. I saw my life flash before my eyes, just holding the mace down, like
tap you on the back, like of your. Hi, yeah. I was gonna warn you, like before you did anything.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Because I've seen her mad, but this is a whole another level. I think we just give her a minute.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe 5 days.
Maybe 10. Maybe she needs to go to sleep.
Yeah. A month, I think should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's just get her up and get the hell out of here. And you can see him what he would like to do though, because he not like well known, but he knows what kind of organization type this is. So what he would like to do, he would like to cover up the tracks and cover the bodies, put them behind bushes and such and so on. Because if there's a few, there's definitely gonna be fucking many. Okay. Many more to deal with. So he's gonna be doing that. Even for the first time ever, I can't believe I'm saying this. He will not be looking at the loot first, but he will try to do body. Yes, I know it's a shocker. It's absolutely a shocker.
Okay,
character growth.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Octavius the hero. It's finally happening.
Insane.
Shut up, he's dragging the body.
Really, really good. You start dragging bodies and like rolling them underneath bushes and into ditches wherever you can kind of conceal them, and then start like kicking tracks. Any footprints that you can see on the ground, you're kind of like kicking dust and mud all over them to kind of make it a lot harder to kind of track that was anything happening. While this is all happening though, obviously we've got Ulrich and Yerel that are both headed off towards the cart. Korik, what have you been doing, and what would you like to do?
Korik's just going to be wandering around, basically trying to gather tinder. He's going to be looking for dry wood, just anything that he can do to sort of look at starting a fire. Okay,
perfect. You do so. You get enough kind of. You're well versed in camping and campfires and what's needed. You get a wide array of different sized logs and branches, twigs, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you managed to get enough to at least a couple of days worth of campfire. At least a couple of days. As you're doing so, obviously you've just seen what's just happened. What are you currently thinking about? What's going through your mind right now as you're walking around collecting this firewood?
I mean, the thing that has been on Korik's mind ever since the things happened back in the village is he's very much thinking about his family, and he's thinking about a need to get back to Wonderstone. Maybe not imminently, but it's definitely going to be on his mind that he's going to be wanting to get back at some point pretty soon. So that's very much on his mind. But also, he's thinking about his friends and his friends' empty stomachs. He's basically thinking all of this drama that's going on at the moment. He's thinking, good meal, that'll make everyone feel a little bit better. So yeah, he's just going to be he's got his wood together and he's going to sort of be starting to build up a fire ready for everyone to gather around.
Perfect. Excellent.
Korik is my new favorite buddy. Peanut. Korik is my new favorite buddy.
Peanut.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask you what you're going to be doing in just a second, but an interesting thing that, I would like to kind of talk to you about DM to player just before we move on to the next thing is, given Peanut's backstory, and given Peanut what's happened with Peanut before, you've just seen, obviously, in the last 24 hours, Yerel go missing, or, come back battered, bruised, blooded. Ulrich kind of stepped out into another place and came back. Like, what is going through Peanut's mind just beforehand, before you tell me? Welcome in, Raiders. We've just been raided by Shamiro with a party of 13. Welcome in. We are just at the start of our session. Really appreciate your raid. I hope that your stream was great. Stick around. We've got like a good 2 or 3 hours worth of D&D to show you. So, so Peanut, what is... Because this will have hit... I would imagine as it, like, that would have hit you quite hard as a character. Like, talk me through that.
Yeah. So going through Peanut's mind, she is probably very confused, scared, and she's trying not to show it, but she's terrified. The moment Yerel disappeared hit her unbelievably hard, to the point where she almost went manic. She almost lost her grip of reality for a very, very... well, for as long as it took until Yerel came back. She is very, very used to people leaving her and never saying goodbye. So she has a very, very big issue with people leaving and not giving her a reason. She always thinks she's the reason. And then Ulrich disappearing, it gave her that like instant, like, another one, gone. They've left me again. And she will do anything in her mind to, if something has happened to them, she will go to extraordinary lengths to try and find them. And even if that means going to a place that she should never go, she will do it.
Okay, excellent. So what are you going to be doing at this point while all this is kind of running through your mind? What is Peanut up to?
Peanut will probably be keeping an eye on Yerel. Like the roles have kind of reversed a little from like the mom and daughter kind of vibes to Peanut is now keeping an eye on Yerel, and she's just watching everything she does. She's not being overly bearing. She's just watching her from afar, giving her like a little like comforting nod every now and then. But she will kind of be at the back of Yerel the entire time, just making sure she gets something to eat, making sure she goes back in the cart when she needs to. And also she's terrified that she leaves again. So she's like trying to be clingy, but trying not to be too much. That's where she is.
Okay. You all take the necessary time to collect firewood, get the cart ready, hide the bodies, hide the tracks, check in on each other very quickly, and you all get on board the cart again and head further down the road. Night has crept in around you, painting the world in deep indigos and silver light. A small clearing, just off the roadside, offers some semblance of shelter, flat enough to pitch tents and quiet enough to hear danger coming. You set up camp beneath a tangle of ancient pines and sprawling oaks. There's a forest here, but it is kind of a smallish forest, but it's a bit of woodland. Dense, but not oppressive. There's a peace to it, as if the trees are guardians keeping watch over you all. You set about setting up camp. The fire crackles to life, warm and defiant against the chill of the evening. The scent of the pine sap and old smoke lingers in the air, blending with faint aroma of the rations that are being warmed over the fire. Fireflies drift lazily through the underbrush, and somewhere off in the distance an owl calls out, a lonely sound swallowed by the trees. The wounds of the day are fresh on your armor, on your skin, and in your minds, and yet the silence between you is not empty. It's waiting. Over to you.
While everyone's doing what they can to be useful, Ulrich is he's doing his bit, kind of pitching in here and there, trying to help, looking a little bit fumbly here and there, but generally doing his best. And then while everything starts settling down and stuff, you just see him sort of spread eagle in the grass, just eyes closed, face to the sky. He seems to be just taking in everything in the world around him. He's like hand in the grass, just sort of touching things and just being very, very still and very calm. There seems to be a peace about him or something. And he's just lying in the grass, just very slowly moving around and experiencing everything around him. That's what he's doing right now. That's where he is.
Okay.
Yeril will have. She was going to be helpful in helping out, like doing all the things once she's calmed down, but everyone's going to notice that she's not herself. She's not really present. She's kind of almost doing things like automatically, like muscle memory, like, helping, handing out plates, handing out food, picking plates back up, just sort of hiding things up. And then she's going to sort of steal herself away and just kind of go for a walk, like start walking off into the forest. Like she's sort of saying, like, I'll be 2 moments. I just need to get some fresh air, just because she needs to sort of have a moment to go and talk to Sirenita on her own, because he has lots to say and lots of questions.
Okay.
For this, actually, with the small camp being made and such, Octavius would definitely be trying to hide it as much as possible. Even in this not so dense forest part, he would be doing it. But seeing Yeril a bit down and him having quite a lot of questions, he would definitely find 2 sticks, pretty much, longer sticks, just sharpening them into makeshift swords, as he would come to Yeril and just like tap her on the shoulder. You want to talk? And then just like showing that in one hand he has his own sword, and in the other stick sword. If you want to, we can spar a bit, get off some steam.
I mean, we could. I don't know. I'm quite ready to talk.
You're just afraid I would defeat you. Come on.
All right. Spar. And she's going to take it in immediately, sort of with this, not as big a smile or a smile as which you would know, but it's sort of like quite a wry, almost like she's really trying to show you that she's okay smile. She's going to sort of take the stick, flick it over, hold it, and just aim it at you. Kind of show that she has some skills. Maybe not as much as yours, but some skills.
Peanut's hiding in a tree at this point. Like she will have hidden, she would have followed, and she's watching in a tree.
I've been hiding just on the side.
Like a gecko on the wall.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check, Peanut.
Yeah. Oh shit. Stealth. Okay. That is a 17.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Stuck on the wall.
Okay, so Yeril and Octavius, you guys begin to spar using your wooden makeshift swords. How long are you guys going to be doing this?
As long as it takes.
Probably sort of on and off, maybe about 20 minutes, I'd say, just because she...
Old
first,
and tired.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say that. Let's say that, shall we?
Yeah. My lord.
She's going to start sort of like slightly a bit like, oh, I can't be bothered, like this is a lot of effort for me, but I think she's going to sort of see what Octavius is going to try and do, and then like slowly get into it, and then kind of
I think
that frustration's out a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not fully,
like in the middle.
she's going to start sort of like parrying a bit more with like dedication and sort of like heft behind it. So what was once a bit like a pathetic swing is now going to sort of have a bit of a so you can sort of like
time to time you can see like when he sees that you're not doing the fullest, he literally he just smacks you across the head with the wooden sword and just like gives an insult like, I'm the older one, I'm 23, but you look like older. Just across the face.
It's going to turn into sort of like very like, I'm trying not to engage with what's going on, but eventually it's kind of, I know it's good for me kind of thing, like, yes, okay, I'll join in.
Excellent. Okay, Coric, what are you going to be doing?
Will Coric have spotted Peanut wandering off into the bush?
Perception check, please.
All right.
You will have sseen Peanut walk away from camp in the same direction as Yeril and Octavius, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
We'll
see
see.
if I've seen her
Yeah.
go into a bush. Oh, that's not bad. Perception 21.
Yes, she will have done, yeah.
Okay. So he's going to also sneak into the bush with Peanut, and he's going to have a plate full of food, and he's just going to kind of hand it to her in the bush and say,
What the? Scared the shit out of me.
sorry, you should eat something.
Yes, they could not have waited.
Well, I feel like you're going to be interrupting by hovering around here. I mean, there's clearly something going on here.
But that's why I'm hiding. I'll take the food. Jesus, don't jump up on me like that.
And I'm just gonna eat whatever it is that he gave me.
So, do you not want to come back by the fire? It's warm. It's comfortable.
No, I'm okay here. It's quite comfortable.
She's quite clearly uncomfortable as hell, but she's
It's fine.
Just like half a tree branch sticking out from just in the back of the head, like.
Okay, no problem.
He's gonna put his hand on her shoulder and just say, "I'm pretty sure Yeryl's perfectly safe."
I don't trust him.
Come on, come back and just enjoy your food. Have a relax. You need the rest.
Fine. But if anything happens to her, I'll kill you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. And then when we go back to camp, we have something to discuss. Remember the egg blaster I wanted you to make me?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll talk about
Unfortunately,
that.
I do.
yeah, and she'll get really excited, like she'll get
It's like rudimentary plans come out of nowhere.
she'll get so distracted by the thought of having like an egg blaster that she's like, I don't even care now. And she runs off to go to the to the fire.
Yeryl who?
Okay, Coric and Peanut, you make your way back to the fire. You both kind of get yourself sat down in front of it. Peanut, you sit there with your plate of food. Coric, after making sure everybody else has eaten, you pick up your bowl, and whether it was through, I imagine it was through choice, but your portion is slightly less than everybody else's, and I think that was done purposely, but you sit down with your meal and sit and you can have that conversation with Peanut about this wonderful little weapon that she wants creating.
So, you want a gun that fires eggs?
Yep.
You do realize that eggs are inherently fragile objects, right?
Yep. And my whole plan. Okay, hear me out. Okay, listen. So, I have this idea, right? And there's gonna be like, the cool cannons that you can make? I'm gonna have that, but it's gonna only shoot eggs. So I think it would be a really cool distraction point. So that, or when someone's annoying me, like when Octavius has been really annoying, I can just take the gun and just, and not actually hurt him yet. But, and then I'm gonna shoot the gun and it has to be purple. Okay, I want the purple. And I want maybe, if you can do this, I wonder if you can do it. Would you make it like when you fire it, it turns into like confetti?
I mean, like what you could do, right, is basically make eggs that contain confetti rather than turning the eggs into confetti. That seems a bit like putting a hat on a hat.
Yeah, I suppose.
I love he's actually thinking of a way to help her.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can do this, and then, so when I go to, so the point is, right, okay, if you shoot someone in the face with an egg at point blank range, that's gonna suck, right? That's gonna, ouch, okay? But you might lose an eye or scratch an eye. I have a pretty good aim. So, that. But mostly, I want to have this purple gun, right? And I want to take it out, and I want to be able to shoot people that really annoy me, and then they're going to be covered in egg. And then I was hoping that confetti would also be a thing, so that they're covered in egg and confetti.
Okay, so you wanted to fire an egg and confetti rather than the egg turn into confetti.
Yep. I want them to
Right.
get covered in egg. Yeah.
Do you want the egg to be intact as it makes its way out of the gun? Or do you want the egg, just the contents of the egg, to fall out of the gun?
I want the physical egg so that there's still a bit of ouch when they hit them.
Okay, that makes it a bit more complicated. Right,
A bit more.
I'll think about it. Do you want it to just be like a handgun, or do you want to hold it with two hands?
Oh.
Well, Peanut's tiny, so a handgun should probably still have
I
to hold.
just wanted to
with-
say, I just wanted to say.
I've got 2 hands, man.
If it
Okay.
fires quail's eggs, then it might be all right. It'll still be fine.
No, I have a chicken. I have a chicken that lays eggs, and I have Yarrow, so I can just take their eggs, and I can.
It probably does need to be a
Wow.
two-handed.
We're
So
now
two-handed.
going to shoot people with Yeryl's kids. This is incredible.
Peak content.
It's weird.
Shockingly not in my bingo card for where this was going with Yarrow,
Yep.
so I'm excited we're going a different avenue.
You're effectively an ammo provider now.
Yeah. I'm a munitions factory and I never knew.
Yeah,
Thank you for
exactly.
your
Because I
service. Thank you.
I feel like cheese is not quite at a level of physical maturity where eggs will be being produced.
Don't
Yeah.
get there.
What happens in
Yeah.
I'm just excited to find out what happens in the middle of combat when the magazine in Peanut's gun goes empty and she needs to refill it on the battlefield. Are
No,
you
no,
going?
no, no.
Is Gerald just going to
No.
throw
There isn't.
knock out
there
an egg
isn't
or
a
two and chuck
magazine.
it?
Bonus
There
action.
isn't.
lay
There
egg.
isn't a magazine, right? There isn't a magazine. There's just a little cage on top of the gun, and there's a chicken in the cage, and it just lays eggs directly into the chamber.
We're just gonna I'm gonna run up to Yarrow's butt and just be like, "Come on, let's go, let's go." Okay, and then ready. See, I have a plan. The whole plan.
Excellent. Well, if anyone can make a weapon like this, then it's definitely Coric. So yeah, well done. Love that.
I feel like it. Yeah.
That's a thing
Excellent.
that's happening.
So we're still with
Excellent.
Coric and
I see
Peanut.
what you did there.
So I heard you mention a sister a couple of nights ago. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
You had to go at me about that.
She has short-term memory loss. Okay,
She has what? Short-term what?
memory loss.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
What did you think you said?
You went memory.
The
Memory
She loves
Scottish,
it.
Dave, Scottish, hard.
Clip it! Someone clip it! She did say that.
I didn't. Yeah. So I have to do the accent, man, and now I'm like.
Yeah,
So
but it's your actual accent. You speak Scottish.
you shut up. See the bullying, people. The bullying. I'm only small, the middle. So, yeah, my sister. Her name is Pickles, and she died. But yeah, well, I think she's dead. Yes, no, she's dead. And I went home, and I went to go see my dad, and he told me that she ran away, and I didn't know she ran away. She didn't say goodbye, and then I found out that she was killed, and then I lost her, and then I didn't get to say goodbye to her either, and then I tried to contact her when I was, in the really creepy place, and I couldn't find her. So, yeah, and her name is Pickles. I don't know if I mentioned, but her name is Pickles.
you did mention. That sounds awful.
Yeah. But my dad lied. He told me that she ran away, but I think she was killed before she ran away, and then they hid the body. But then my mom said that I used to watch too many things that I shouldn't, and when I would hide in the market and I would see people do bad things, So, but I think she was a really good person. She, when we were born, I'm 1 minute older. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I'm still the oldest, and and I really wanted to grow up with her and get to experience life together. Because people used to say when you have a twin, you're never alone. But yeah, then I spent the whole time alone. So they lied to me.
It sounds pretty terrible. Yeah. It does sound bad. I can't imagine having to go through that, to be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
But, I mean, at least you're not alone now.
Yeah, but then what if something happens to you guys? We almost lost Daryl.
Yeah, but we didn't.
No, we didn't.
And, I mean, everyone seems to be eager to look out for each other. That's that's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. But you know how that feels. You must be missing your family.
I do miss them a lot. Yeah. It's, I think in the village before it came home quite a lot. It, watching all those people, suddenly remembering everything, all of those memories of joy and sadness and friends, and it definitely hit home. It's been a good while. Yeah, I'd really like to see Maida again soon.
And do that.
Yeah. And see little Didlet. That'd be nice. He's a bit of a prick, but
Yeah, you mentioned that he's a little bit of a prick. Why is he a prick?
he's just a bit too smart for his own good.
I know
Likes
that
to
feeling.
Likes to talk back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's a bit more comfortable with his friends, which is nice to see. He's a good boy, but he's a prick.
Like his father, like the son.
How old is he?
He's 11.
7. Oh, that's the age I lost my sister.
Yeah, that's it's a difficult time. It's a difficult time to have to go through something like that.
Yeah. But then maybe I can meet Didlet and he can be my new best friend.
I'm sure he will.
Like me.
He, in all honesty, he definitely will.
Really cool.
It might not be the word that I would use, but yeah.
What word would you use? I'm curious. Tell me.
Chaotic.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that. That's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'll be completely honest. But
That's okay.
I suppose it's possible to be both chaotic and cool.
I think they go very well together. Chaotic and cool. I'm like the really fun aunt that comes into town and always has really cool shit on them. And then I can do cool magic tricks and I can sneak the kids like all the sweeties and candy and everything without the parents knowing.
So when you say ant, you mean like with the 6 legs and the antenna and...
What?
And they live in a big hill. They're always bringing food back for the queen.
I know I'm a queen, but like, no, I'm not an ant. I don't. I only have 2 legs, I think, and she'll start like looking to make sure like she's only got 2 legs.
You've never heard of a dragon having 6 legs before, Peanut. This is completely wild for you.
Literal dragon. I'm a dragon. Dragons only have 2 legs and a tail.
Okay.
And wings, but
Never
hey.
mind.
I have
Never
wings.
mind. Never mind. I'm a dad. I couldn't resist making a bad joke.
Oh, you were joking. Oh, look, watch. I'll do it. I'll do my thing. Hold on. That's so funny. Make me feel good.
The pity laugh.
So good.
That was cold. That was cold.
It usually makes people feel good when you laugh at their jokes that are not funny. But that was funny. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you see, normally when people laugh at a joke that's funny, they do it with sincerity.
Oh. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I made the joke in full awareness that it wasn't funny. That's the point.
That's what a dad does.
Mm.
It's a good effort.
As this conversation continues, you hear amongst the creak of the tree branches swaying overhead and the crackle of the fire in front of you, you hear the clash of the 2 sword-like sticks that are being wielded by Yeril and Octavius. We will pan over to the 2 of you getting towards the end of this 20-minute sparring match. You have both kind of intensified the fighting over that period of time. So the longer this has gone on, and now you are pretty much in full swing, both of you, with as much form as possible, to the point now where it's less about distraction and venting than it is about honing skill.
Yeril's going to sort of be focusing on what she's doing, but sort of almost like not forgetting, but sort of putting all of the worries to aside for a moment, having fun friend and trying to sort of see the good in the situation that isn't that question, trying to sort of see the positive sides. She's enjoying what she's doing and she's appreciating what Octavius is doing, but suddenly, as you're both sparring and maybe sort of probably smiling as well, enjoying having a bit of a parry with Yeril, Yeril's face will kind of almost drop again and she'll look very upset. Yeril's kind of sort of having flashbacks of herself with a younger self, seeing the younger Aarakocra where they've got sticks and they're playing carefreely, and the echo in Yeril's head is of laughter, children's laughter, and sounds of "oh, you're so funny" and things like this, and she's just going to almost take a swipe, but just keep going and kind of almost throw this sword out into the clearing. She's just going to face away from you, panting. Just her eyes are filling with tears again. Just stop. Please, just.
Octavius would stop for a second as he would stab the wooden sword into the ground before coming to Yeril, and with his hand rubbing his shoulder. You know, we can't really change much about the cards we've been dealt in life. I mean, heck, I was supposed to be a lawyer now. But you sure as hell can do something with the cards you have in hand. Besides, if the poker dealer is gonna be a good guy and bring you a couple of boos here and there, then you know he'll be fine. Let's just say This group is something of the poker dealer with the booze. And he's like going to pull it closer and just half hug her a little bit. And sorry for hitting your fingers all the time.
Oh, drawing cards always seem to spell the wrongdoing, hurt and the ache and the pain. Just wanted it. Just wanted it to be in the way it was in my head. Work through it, that I could get better. I could fix the situation. Now, all I see is the hurt, the anger, and the pain and the suffering caused. Don't know if I can bear the pain.
Sadness, guilt, hate, love, happiness, jealousy, greed, and envy. Pretty familiar, aren't we?
Very much so.
But anger and happiness are the same side of the same coin. You might not realize it now, but the harder you do in life, the better you do later. Sometimes it doesn't matter what card you pull. And he's going to pull out his poker deck as he shows all the cards. Because sometimes you just need the card you wish for. And he's going to, with his hand behind her ear, and pull out a joker. A card in poker which is not mostly played normally. But it is a gesture, a different card from everything else. Something of a symbol. Even though you are drawing shit, you can still draw something which surprises you. He's going to hand it to Yerl. So heads up, big smile. There's a lot of stuff to still go through. And something tells me this is not the last time we're gonna hear of them. So next time, try not to, smash their faces with a mace.
She's going to take the Joker and sort of look at it and kind of look at him very with hope and just sort of put her hand on his shoulder and say, "Oh, Octavius the hero."
Don't say it, I'm getting sick of it.
But thank you. I suppose I felt I'd fallen off my path and I wasn't sure how to get back. But with you and the others at my side, I know that we can do what we need to do. We can help those who need the help. And hopefully our pain can yield something in the end, be it good or bad, that it can teach us, make us learn from it, and we can try to make the world a better place.
Yeah, the world. That's quite a big foresight, don't you think? Let's start with our lives first, shouldn't we?
She's going to put her arm around his shoulder and say, "Let's start with our lives first." And just sort of slowly walk back to the camp.
Yeah, he's going to just walk with her and just grabbing the wooden sword from on the way. Still beat you though.
I'll let you win.
Excellent. So you both start heading back to camp. Ulrich.
Mm-hmm.
You spend a good while kind of lay on your back in this clearing, kind of brushing your hands across the earth, feeling almost every single blade of grass kind of touch the end of your fingers, almost as if you're reaching out, and if you were to stay here any longer, you yourself would indeed grow roots. And I'd like you to make me... just make me a nature check, please.
Okay. That is a 10.
10 is enough. You, at this moment, are not physically, so to speak, but almost metaphysically kind of reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
Willing and wishing that from the end of your fingers, these sort of tendrils would come and just dig into the earth so that you could soak up all of its secrets. Everything that you need. You find yourself just enjoying, just being right now.
I am Groot.
You know, you're... Though the sun has gone and you are bathing in moonlight, there is a warmth to it for you.
Mm.
Almost no chill in the air. You feel alive. Might be some clothes that are still on fire that you've not recognized, but no, there is there is a peace in you. There is a peace in you at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
What is going through your mind right now?
Ulrich, at this, he's just happy to still be alive, I guess. The adventuring life, he always knew it would be challenging, but being in himself and being healed again and having everyone around him and just having come back from the brink at least twice now, if not more, and knowing that there is something out there and knowing that he is able to return, he feels a sense of peace and happiness. And as he touches sort of the grass and sits up, he watches from not a distance necessarily, but he doesn't bridge the gap between Korik and Peanut as they're around the campfire talking around this t-shirt cannon for eggs. And like he'll look over and see sort of in the forest clearing Gerlin and Octavius sort of hitting swords and batting things. As he just sort of sits and he's very much observing at the moment. And anyone who looks his way, you just sort of see him sat, sort of like you're trying to find a comfortable position at a festival. You can't quite get the right bit of ground, but like your hand moves and you pull it back up and like, no, that's bad. This isn't great. And then he stands up, doesn't interrupt the conversation between Korik and Peanut, and kind of takes some of the food that's on offer, finds himself sort of a part of the log or wherever he was sat, and not with his back to you, but just sort of to the side, and you just watch him eating, and you can see him, and he'll take like an apple and he'll grab it, and then he'll like drink deeply of water, and then oh, okay. And you can just sort of see him very much enjoying just a meal, but more so than you've ever seen him enjoy one. Like he's really digging into these things and like chewing hard. You can see his hands grasping onto stuff, and he just kind of, every time he sort of sees a break in conversation, he'll look to you, Korik, and he's like, good, yeah, good stuff. And then just return to what he's doing. He's very much in his living prime at the moment.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Just a quick question. What have we done with Maisie? Is she tied up to a tree nearby? Like, have we fed the horse? We're taking care of her? What's happened?
She's had all the carrots, apples,
right.
Any kind of, and all the things. Every town we've been to, anything we've stopped off at, we've always got a sack of vegetables that are Maisie's favourites.
Yep.
We've picked up a brush along the way. We've picked up the things that shows, we took her to the farrier when we were at Meadow Vale.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember all that.
We all remember that.
Octavius is just slowly looking at his plate.
Yeah, we remember all that.
Yeah, we remember all that.
We remember that. Yeah. You were away at that moment. You'd gone to go for a walk to get some bread. I don't know. And she's just like, she's just like, come and like sit with us. Like we're all sat down and she's just lying down.
Yeah. And she's just, with you in front of the fire.
As horses do. They just sort of sit down. It's nice and warm. We've got stuff for her and she's just one of us.
Love that.
We love her.
Yeah, love that.
She's the most well cared for. Yeah, she's just doing her own thing and we love her.
Love that. Cigar just balanced on a hoof.
Yeah. Little scotch sort of like rolling around the hoof. Yeah.
Like, Maisie, your turn, Maisie. Just playing cards with her.
You're just playing poker with Maisie. She's got a visor on.
Yeah, she beats me like fuck.
Yeah, Maisie's the only one that can beat you at poker.
Yeah, like how does it work?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's with us. We always take care of her.
Love that. Okay. Is there anything else anybody would like to do before we go about the evening and getting some rest? Is there anything anybody would like to do?
After sort of like dinner and chatting and things like that, Yeryl's going to get up and again just try and go for a walk, not too far. And again we'll say like, I just need to go and talk to my goddess. I won't be long. I just need some time to talk to her. And she's not going to walk too far, but just to try and find a bit of a clearing, a bit of peace and quiet where it's not too close that they can hear her, because she's obviously got things to say, but enough that they'll still be able to see her. And she's just sitting down. She's just sort of like making as best she can a sort of a little area to close her eyes and try and speak to Sirenita.
Okay. You take yourself away from the camp, not far enough away that anybody would worry. You are still well within eye line of your family here, but you find a quiet spot underneath an old oak tree, the canopy of which hangs low, providing you with a little bit of a kind of secluded little area. You begin to pray, but can you kind of talk me through that?
It will sort of start with like she's closing her eyes and just sort of visualizing almost like the temple of which she was accepted in all those years ago when she was in rags. She had nothing. She had no path. She had lost everything and shed her former life. And she was almost crawling on the steps of Sirenita's temple. And she's almost visualizing that temple and speaking to Sirenita herself maybe almost back in those rags. That's how she always sees herself, as this sort of lesser being to dare talk to this deity, but this deity is everything to her. It's shown her care and love and acceptance and warmth, and has sort of not forgiven her for her past deeds, but sort of almost like accepted her because of them, and that she's learning from them and is teaching her the right way to atone for that. So this is her sort of almost safe space. This was a space that up until recently made the most sense to her, but now kind of as she is visualizing it, there are almost like translating into it, there are cracks in the walls. The lights don't feel as warm as they once did. Like it's not like an orange glow. It's sort of almost a bit too bright, like a bit clinical. Like it doesn't evoke the same warmth and comfort it once did. It's now almost not like a totally new place, but it's something's off. Like it doesn't feel the way it used to.
And how is that? There's a couple of things there for me. I like the idea that you are presenting yourself in this place as you once were. There's almost a Catholic, like, it's very cathartic, isn't it? It's like you are shedding away, and it's very symbolic of shedding everything that you hold and are and possess, just to kind of enter into this state as your truest, purest form. Like, completely unbared of everything that you can kind of...
There's no weapons, there's no... Not that she had it, but there's no glamour. It's just a basic sort of almost tatty, dirty robe she wears. That's just like, there's nothing. She has no worldly possessions on her. There's nothing. She looks lost, and it's just this state that she's always in order to see Syrenese, because of having visited so many other places and gone round to do the bidding, to be her cleric self in her new life. This is the one place that almost felt like home for a long time. It was the one place that she could always go back to, that felt there was her connection, because she'd shared her former home.
And knowing this, and knowing full well, Yerald, that you are presenting this place in your own mind, and how it is now changing, and knowing that it is you that is doing that, how is that making you feel? Why do you feel that Yerald has changed the look of this place to a less warmth and more of, like you say, a cold, clinical feel? Like, why would that be happening?
She feels she's been lied to. She feels that she's been deceived. She feels anger. It's been so many years that she's travelled with this guilt of what happened that night, and this is the whole reason she's been on this pilgrimage. This is the whole reason she went with her new deity, with her new purpose, with her new role. And now suddenly it's almost like the rug's been pulled underneath her, or like, a once beautiful painting has actually been properly revealed, and it's actually grotesque and completely different to what they thought. It's an unnerving and scary feeling. She feels scared deep down. If she had to, she's hiding it with the anger, but she's scared because this has been her safe space. This has been her home. This has been her life for so many years, and she stripped the last one completely out of her soul. So to have this one rock as well, she almost just doesn't really know what to do with herself. It's almost like you're about to say goodbye again. So she's,
You sit there in this place, in this image, this changed image. And as you do, you feel yourself kind of step forward to the doors of this temple that you've created in your mind's eye, with the intention of walking out of it. A brash feeling. You don't often get rushes of blood to the head like this when you're here. But in this instance, you find yourself stood with your hand firmly clasped on the door, and just as you go to pull it, you feel another hand rest on yours. You see the mother that took you in all of those years ago, when you were at your lowest point. They do not say anything, but they just look at you. They smile. And grab your hand and clench it ever so slightly. There is enough pressure there that as you're knelt down under this tree, you feel a little bit of pressure in the hand that she's grabbing. Turns you from the door, walks you back to the middle of the temple, and faces you. Grabs both your hands and pulls down and kneels in front of you. Smiles again and kind of shakes your hands ever so, before putting them onto your own knees. And she does the same, almost to mirror you. And as she does, she bows her head ever so slightly and closes her eyes. As you look upon this form, that clinical bright white light fades and shifts again, back to the warm glow that you once knew. Those lessons, those teachings that you were given all those years ago come flooding back. Those long afternoon walks in the poppy fields near the temple with your new friends, where you would completely unburden yourself of all that guilt, and you would tell them the same story over and over, expecting a different response, yet the ending of that story never changed. And yet it was always taken with warmth and with an honest heart. And slowly but surely, the stories for you changed. Not about what had happened, but about what you'd done that week and who you'd helped. And the less that story came up, the more you helped other people. The room itself grows warmer and warmer in your mind's eye. Your heartbeat settles into its natural rhythm. You feel two hands place on both your shoulders. Nobody there, but it's almost a reassuring two hands just get placed. What would you like to do?
She's going to wait a moment and then just say, "Why? Why did you not tell me she was alive? What does this mean for my mother? What does this mean for our home? I may not be who I once was, but I deserve to know that. Do I not? How am I to heal when I do not know the full story? If what is written cannot be told, then why am I seeing the pages? Please, mistress. My heart aches for my sister. It was everything I did not want for her. She was the good in this world. That was Mother. I need to know why this was not told to me. You see all. Why was this kept from me?
You hear in your mind the answers to your question are not for me to give. Talk about pages in a book, and yet there are some are unwritten. It is for you to write them. You have questions that need answered. And go and find the person to ask them to. You are also the good in this world. Go do good. Trust that there is a path for you, and have the wisdom to take each step as it comes. Your journey is your own. It's up to you to write the rest of the pages. Have no fear. Fear leads to darkness, and in the darkness, you will get no answers. Stay within the light.
Yes, mistress. Thank you for your many lessons. I hope to see the end of this and to bring Yelir back. Back to the home and the life that was destined for her. Not the one our father has carved for her.
You finish your prayer. And as you stand with a purpose. You know what must be done. And you know that you must be the one to do it.
Before she moves back to her camp, she's going to look down at her symbol around her neck. She's going to remove it, and the stone that's in the place, the opal, she's going to look at and sort of rub her hands over it, almost in a nervous, twitching way. And finally, she's going to open it. And inside is a photo of a young Yeril, a young Yelir, her sister, and her mother. Behind all of them is a tall, dark Aarakocra with the face scratched out. She's going to place her fingers over the faces of her mother and her sister and say quietly, "I will find you both, and I will bring you home, and I will do all I can to right my wrong. I love you." And she's going to close it again and place it back around her neck. Wipe the tears from her eyes. Take a big, deep breath. And she's going to walk back to the party. And she's going to say to all of them, "My friends, there is something I need to tell you. I've been keeping secrets of my life and my purpose from you. I have not been brave enough or ready, I suppose, to speak the words I have not spoken in years. But I feel now I am ready, and I wish to tell you my story."
That is where we're going to go for a quick break. We'll come back to this very shortly. For everyone at home, thank you very much for sticking with us. If you're with us here on Twitch, thank you so much. We will be back in about 5-10 minutes. If you are watching on YouTube, this is the end of this part. The next part will be out in a couple of days. But for those of you that are watching live, which you can do every Sunday at 7 PM, and you should probably do that because it's really, really cool. But for those of you at home, go and get your drink. Go have a break. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. We won't be long. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Hit all of those notification buttons, and if you liked what you heard, subscribe to us on the social media platform of your choosing to be kept in the loop with all that goes on here. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we hope to have you back soon.